Hey, what's up guys? Aaron here. Let's talk about BlockFi, their plan, should you vote yes or no, how much money you'll be getting back, and just everything regarding BlockFi right now. So I'm going to talk about people that have money in their wallets, interest accounts, and loans. I'm also going to touch on this email here that we got, I believe, today. So let me just start out here, then I'll head to the other stories regarding BlockFi. So I got this email because I initiated a trade, transfer, or withdrawal request after the pause on November 10th. They're saying that they have completed the updates on the user interface, and now it displays the digital asset balance as of the platform pause. And now this amount reflects the amount of your claim, or my claim. They say that we expect to be in a position to begin allowing withdrawals of digital assets in client wallet accounts for eligible clients this summer. So I'm going to touch on this later in the video. Make sure to watch till the end. Subscribe if you haven't, if you are a BlockFi creditor, because I will be covering this as developments come out. So when I open up my BlockFi account right now, it shows an asset value of $160.56. And if I scroll down under transactions, I'm going to click view all. And the one on the second to top, it says it happened on November 9th. So I basically tried to withdraw everything and then they didn't let me. And then the top one here is November 10th. So that's why I got this email, because I tried to make a withdrawal after the pause. So if that applies to you, you also got an email like this as well. If not, don't worry about it. This is just for people that made a transaction, or I should say tried to make a transaction or withdrawal. So talking about their plan and disclosure statement, I'm going to talk about again how much you're going to get back, if the insiders are going to be pursued, why or why not. If you withdrew money from the platform 90 days before the petition, will you be subject to clawbacks? Very, very important. So let me just dive into this Chapter 11 plan. So basically, if you have an interest account, we will be getting our pro rata, meaning our percentage distribution of cash and also digital assets like cryptocurrency. So what's happening is there is a wind down trustee, and this person is going to be making distributions and also winding down the debtor's assets, meaning selling everything or liquidating everything and distributing those to us and also the other creditors. So now let's take a look at the disclosure statement, which came out on June 28th. So this disclosure statement is the debtor's plan, meaning BlockFi's plan to do what's best and make all the creditors as whole as possible. And I want to start out with this statement right here. It says the recovery to clients heavily depends on the debtor's success or failure in prosecuting all of these counterparties like Alameda, FTX, and others. They say that the success or failure of these litigations will make a difference in excess of $1 billion to clients. There's a litigation over the Alameda pledge agreement, basically for $500 million. They need to defeat Alameda's preference claims, in which it alleges that BlockFi should return to Alameda bankruptcy estate approximately $150 million. So there's that they have to fight. There's also approximately $1 billion in additional collateral and approximately $4 billion based on trading activity on the FTX platform in the 90 days before Alameda filed bankruptcy. So there is just a lot of stuff going on here. And basically, this is going to take a long time. So BlockFi is very, very connected with FTX and Alameda. So I'll get to that more in this video. They need to defeat 3AC's claim that BlockFi's foreclosure on nearly $1 billion. They need to recover BlockFi's affirmative claims for approximately $132 million against the 3AC estate. And they need to recover claims against Core Scientific for approximately $55 million. So again, very confusing. You're dealing with Three Arrows Capital, FTX, Alameda, and other bankruptcies happening right now, and BlockFi's ability to recover funds and to fight litigations on behalf of you, the creditor, is really critical in how much money you will be getting back. So talking about wallet claims, that's what I have for like $165. Most of you guys are not going to have a wallet claim because wallets were not earning any interest. So they say that the debtors, meaning BlockFi, believe that the digital assets held by the debtors in the client wallet accounts belong to the clients and are not part of the debtor's estate. So we already knew this. Basically, my $165 belongs to me and it's not a part of the estate. And this plan from the debtors provides the return of those non-estate assets held in client wallet accounts. So again, good for me, but most likely you have your money in the interest account, which I'll get to a little bit later in this video. And once they allow the withdrawal of those accounts, I will have 60 days to take those off, or else they will be liquidated, made to cash, and maybe I'll get sent a check. Who knows how long that'll take. Basically very similar to what happened with Voyager. They said, now's your time to withdraw crypto, and if you don't do it, we're going to liquidate you, and we'll send you a check in possibly several months from now. So talking a little bit about clawbacks. So the debtors, meaning BlockFi, do not believe that transfers from the interest accounts into client wallet accounts are subject to preference claims. So that's pretty interesting. So basically, if this applies to you, you probably want to vote yes for this plan. Because if you moved money from your interest account to your wallet account in the 90 days before they declared bankruptcy, if you vote yes for this plan, you're not going to be subject to clawbacks, which is very cool. But the debtors say that the UCC does want clawbacks, which I'll get to later in this video as well. And the reason why they aren't going to pursue clawbacks is because the debtors, meaning BlockFi, believe that any platform transfers would be subject to defenses like a new value defense, ordinary course of business, or financial affairs defense. And they just said that this would be incredibly expensive litigation, and they don't want to deal with multiple jurisdictions basically going after people. And basically they said that the professional fees, so the lawyers, would be getting most of the value and not the creditors if they pursued clawbacks. So very different than what's happening with Celsius. Basically with Celsius, they are most likely going to pursue clawbacks. I don't know why it's very different between here and BlockFi. Possibly right here because they talk about Bermuda law for BlockFi. So let's talk about loans a little bit. A lot of you guys have been asking me, what about me? I have a loan. So here they talk about the loan agreement. You basically said that they can pledge, repledge, hypothecate, rehypothecate, sell, lend, and basically do whatever they want to do with your crypto. So your rights as a loan holder are not the same as what I have, just having my money in an account that was never earning any interest. So I believe this is going to be similar to Celsius, where they're going to take your loan amount, how much you got from BlockFi, and subtract that from your collateral, and the difference right here is going to be classified as an account holder claim. And later in the video, we'll get to how much they will be getting back under this plan. So let me dive right here to the interest account claims. So for their recovery, meaning this plan, on the low end, they're looking at 39.7% recovery. If they were to liquidate, it would be lower at 36.7%. So that is what they are projecting. Basically, if you have an interest account, you will have your claim amount. That is going to be the price of your crypto at the time of the bankruptcy petition. So not necessarily the price of your crypto right now, but from that, you will be getting 39.7% in crypto. And that is what I believe you will get if you had a loan. Again, I believe, and I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. So they'll take your collateral and then they'll subtract your loan amount, and whatever's left, you'll be getting 39.7%. So here I want to read why BlockFi says you should vote in favor of the plan. So to highlight a few points, they say the plan preserves and puts the debtors in the best place to successfully prosecute and defend viable litigation claims. Also more about clawbacks, like I said earlier, the UCC objected to the wallet withdrawal motion, indicating that it would like to preserve potential clawback claims against clients that transferred assets from the interest accounts to the wallet and/or off the platform in the 90 days prior to the petition date. So what BlockFi is saying is that if our plan does not go through, it may go to a plan that the UCC is going to put forth. And to that plan, they are going to be pursuing clawbacks. So if that affects you, I would probably recommend voting yes for this plan when it's time to vote. And more about clawbacks, basically under the UCC's plan, if you are a target of a preference claim, you'll have to come out of pocket for personal legal counsel, which is true. And they say that the UCC strategy will not only result in significant professional fees, but it is also unlikely to be successful given the valid defenses that the clients have to potential preference claims. In the end, only professionals will benefit from such litigation. And next, I want to talk about a pretty interesting point that the SEC also had an objection to, which I'll cover in just a moment. Here it says, the committee, meaning the UCC, may also seek to pursue potential claims that it believes exist against insiders of the debtors. Whereas with this plan, the insiders will not be pursued, which some of you guys may have an issue with. And I mean, I can see myself having an issue with if they made bad financial decisions and lost a bunch of your money, and all of a sudden you can't, or the UCC, or I should say, nobody can go after these people. That could be pretty annoying too. And more about pursuing insiders, BlockFi said that their investigation indicates that the claims that the estate may have against the debtor's insiders are, as they say, weak. So BlockFi supposedly had a special committee that looked into all of the insiders and determined, is it worth going after them? Whether worth going after them because they had a lot of money personally to their name, or do they think that they could win and actually receive a lot of money back to the estate? And BlockFi says right here that the special committee does not believe such claims are more likely than not to succeed or recover material value. So I really don't know the answer to that. I mean, I don't know if that special committee was biased. I don't really know, right? But basically they said it's not worth going after insiders. So next, there's going to be some court hearing around August 17th. So we have about 5 weeks or so as of this video. And there is a voting deadline around mid-August, but I believe that will change, so there's no reason to be concerned. You will be getting something in the mail and or an email. I'm not quite sure which, but ultimately that is it for the disclosure statement. But next, on July 5th, there was a limited objection from the SEC on the disclosure statement, and what they objected to is pretty interesting. It has to do with the releases, basically not going after insiders. Just to summarize, the SEC said that the disclosure statement that I just went over with you fails to specifically identify each person and or entity granting a release pursuant to the very broad definition of released parties. So the SEC is like, we need to know exactly who these people are, that if this plan gets approved, will not be pursued. And they said that the stakeholders and people that vote need to know more detailed info about these releases before an informed decision can be made with respect to the plan. So they said that they need more information before people like myself or you can properly vote on a plan. And I would agree. I'm not out for vengeance or anything, but I would want to know who it is that is not going to be pursued and why. Because me voting for a plan and the people that were responsible or largely responsible for the situation where we may lose 60% of our crypto, they're not going to be pursued. I don't like that. With Celsius, for example, the plan does not release insiders from prosecution. And I think that's appropriate. And maybe there is a difference here. I mean, Kirkland and Ellis are representing the debtors for Celsius and BlockFi. So I don't know why they're doing one and not the other. Maybe they think that there is a lot of money to be received from Celsius insiders versus BlockFi. I'm not quite sure on that, but it is very interesting that it's different. So guys, that is it for the video. Right now with BlockFi, again, projecting around a 39.7% recovery, but this could take a really, really long time. Because remember, at the beginning of the video, I talked about they have to win all of these lawsuits and litigations with Alameda, FTX, Three Arrows Capital, Core Scientific, and other companies that I didn't even mention. But ultimately, I don't see any crypto coming back to people that had a loan or an interest account. If I had to guess, by maybe the spring of next year. I don't see it happening earlier than that, especially with all of the different things that need to happen. And I will end the video with talking about selling claims. The two big ones right now are going to be Xclaim and also Claims Market. You can do your own research on each. They are a little bit different. Basically, it's a way for you to get money and get a wire transfer directly into your account within 2 to 3 days if you just want to sell your claim. On Xclaim's website, it looks like for BlockFi, if you have an interest account, they're offering up to around 22%. Obviously, this can change. And for claims market, it's looking like it's between 18 to 22%. So feel free to reach out to both of these guys if you need money immediately and you honestly are tired of watching my videos and you just want to escape the bankruptcy process once and for all. So guys, that is it for the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already, because I will keep you guys posted when it's time to vote and everything like that. Till next time, guys, talk with you soon, and bye for now.